Everything's fucked up.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Motormouth Broadcasting. Welcome into the Full Throttle Nation Ultimate GT Championship by the Roasted Record. We're in tonight for Season 4, Round 6, live from Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache, as we get ready to go racing for 90 minutes in our mid-season endurance race. Hamish Runner here with you alongside Jim Cunningham once again with all the action coming to you here live on Motormouth Broadcasting, brought to you by our wonderful supporters at the Roasted Record, DRE Digital Race Engineer and Track Cams by Gourmet as well. We've been thrown off slightly by the scheduling because everything's been pushed back a little bit earlier than what we anticipated because of the 90-minute race here this evening, but regardless, we still get to go racing around one of the world's most elite Grand Prix and sports car circuits as well, as we're racing out at Interlagos this evening in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Jim, it's an exciting time whenever we get to come to Interlagos, and even more exciting is the sun's up for us tonight.
Yes.
We get to go racing during the day.
Bright and early.
Here in Brazil.
In fact,
Bright
he set the time for 6 a.m. or something so that we would not run into the darkness. Thank goodness. Yes, it's good to see these cars in the daylight, and it's great to be here at Interlagos. One of yours and my favorite tracks. I think it's a great track for the endurance round of this championship, and I am super excited.
Of course, host to the Brazilian Grand Prix in Formula One, a place in which a lot of fans believe should be the finale race for Formula One. Believed it for decades now at this point, but getting into our race tonight for GT action as we get our starting grid up and running. Lance Campbell has taken the pole position here tonight ahead of Ricardo Delgado on the front row of the grid. In behind them, we get to see Derek Fulca and Rodrigo Dacier on the second row of the grid. Home race tonight for Rodrigo, one of the two Brazilian drivers in the field. Michael Caffrey, Jed Cotterman and all Mercedes, third row of the grid, will then start in behind them as well, with James Leneven starting alongside David Vulpa out of P8 here tonight. The top three AMs all starting together inside of the top 10. Justin Box, Stephen Smith then make up our fifth row of the grid as we move to Kurt Basler, the German, alongside the other Brazilian in the field, Guilherme Oliveira, the other driver with a home race here tonight. Zach Houston, Jacob Cotterman then for our top 14 cars on the road, with David Steiner, Harrison Holiday for our eighth row as well, with Brandon Herzing, Lorenzo Araujo for the top 18 cars on the road, to then get to our 10th row with John Swan and Jamie MacArthur in behind them. It'll then be Scott Petrone and Chet Miller for the BMW and Corvette representatives, with Philip Caffrey and Justin Welsh for our top 24 cars on the grid. Mark Ogier, Jason Holland in behind them, as we then look back towards Eric Cruz, and once again on the pole for the GT4 class tonight, Cole Malley. He'll start ahead of Timothy Schaefer, Corey Patton for the top 30 cars, with Michael Smith, Matt Lass then for the top 32 here tonight, and back to Chris Grondon and John Voigt for the 17th row of the grid, as well to Aidan Kiley and Brian Lavrisa for our top 36. As we move to Brandon Bassina and Herschel Lawrence, we've got one driver left in the backfield. It is Eric Fernandez. David Vulpa starting out of pit lanes. He's missed the race start. Everyone else is onto the rolling grid here tonight. That was the wrong time that I needed to take a breath and then ultimately have a burp come out of my system. But you know what it is, Jim? I'm making room for the tasty dish that we're about to embark upon. I love Brazilian food. It's a great time. Exactly. Yeah. Chile as well. Oh, plenty of good food from down here in South America, of course. And as the iRacing pace car will pull into pit lane, we'll get ourselves prepared for our race start. We'll settle into the groove tonight, and then we'll chat through some of the championship standings as well all throughout. Maybe even give you a little track preview as well at some point during the race as well. Maybe at the halfway point, seeing as it is going to be 90 minutes of Interlagos. Green flag. We're underway. Scramble's begun already. They're staggered 3-1 into turn 1. As the Pro-Am driver of Campbell and then Delgado the Pro battle it through turn 1. The race leader's gone round. Has to hold his brakes. GT4s have just gotten started. Stephen Smith's around as well in the Acura. Important details to remember tonight too coming into this race. BOP is now applied to the GT3 cars with the iRacing official Bathurst 1000 this weekend. and there has been some preferable changes. Some cars that are already very, very strong. That's Timoth. It was. Yeah, I think that might have been Chet Miller. Chet Miller's been involved in that. And importantly as well, Tim Schafer has taken the GT4 lead. So a couple little housekeeping statistics for you here tonight. So Cole Malley looking to get his 6th win of the season in the GT4 class. He's currently 5-0. He's gone undefeated in pole positions in this class as well. Tim Schafer, they'll be hoping to try and challenge Cole here this evening to steal that away from him. We've already lost our pole sitter in Lance Campbell, who's dropped down the order, and he's just trying to fight his way back to the GT4 traffic. He didn't get hit. I believe he went round on his own. And importantly, the S's section, as we'll see tonight, you're going from the highest point of elevation around this circuit down the hill, and you're starting the descent towards the lowest point of the circuit just after turn 4 and 5. Michael Smith, by the way, was the GT4 car that collected Chet Miller, by the way, in that incident down at turn 3. So there's been some big moments already in this race, Jim. Very, very early incidents as well. And ultimately, there's been a couple of cars who have been involved in this and have unfortunately been taken out very, very early in this one. If there's anything, there's maybe a little piece of net code. Then you see Smith going round as well. Chet Miller gets caught up in all of this too, inevitably. So it's just it's a really unfortunate little car park scenario for those drivers out there. Delgado is leading the way at this stage. I'll quickly find the incident of Chet Miller for us, just so we can see how he ended up in such in an opportune position. So there was possible contact in behind from the Lamborghini. He goes round and he's trying to get himself sorted and reset. Now he's got a whole car park pretty much trying to get going again. Oh my god! And he's just rolling back on the track. It's just, Jim. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you right now. Going to call a spade right now. That is one of the worst pieces of rejoin I've ever seen in my life. He's just let it roll onto the grid as the GT4s are coming. What is respect for a lower class of car if you're doing that? That is just... No, exactly. No, well, Jim, his brakes shouldn't have been damaged. It's no, he just let it roll. He just let it. He looked like a. He looked like a middle-aged mum just rolling out into the middle of an intersection trying to get the kids to school. Like, well, we roasted the meat and then we let them taste it too. So I don't even remember now, to be honest with you. No, I generally can't remember. I generally can't remember right now. Just starting lap 4 now. Here we are within the first 5 minutes of this race. That'd help us. That'd help us for sure. And the data too, to know what lap we're on and the time we're at this race. Well, Cole Malley's now taking the race lead back from Tim Schafer in the GT4 class as well. We're right on board with Brandon Herzing. On the bottom screen here. Outside shot of this battle happening at this stage as well on the big screen too, so getting all the angles of it. This is how Mr. Malley got past Tim Schaefer. It looks to be down at turn 3, so he tucked it up the inside off of turn 2 and drove straight past him. That's a good pass. Plenty of space. Probably gave him a good 1 3/4 car widths to the edge of the track. Oh, they really are. Having a top-level battle between them at this point in time, and I do apologise if we're... Yeah, Justin Welsh. Yes, it is. And I do apologise preemptively here if I'm not as high energy as I normally am. I've been ill this week, so, you know, we are just... We're riding it. Our cough medicine's not that strong here. Yeah. We're only 7 minutes into the broadcast, and we don't have to talk about the escapades of Jim Cunningham in New Orleans. Yeah. Yes. Yes. I mean, it's a fantastic track. It deserves a fantastic track map, of course. And apparently
my mic was off.
It's not going through. Apparently
Yes.
it was, Jim.
Yeah. So I just want to tell you what you missed while I was talking right there was probably some Emmy-winning broadcasting. It was probably my best work of my career, and I'm sorry that you guys missed that.
They missed the subtle narration tones of Jim Cunningham,
Yes,
and now you
yes.
have it.
The dulcet,
Now you have it.
the dulcet
The
tones.
dulcet
I
tones.
didn't even know that word until I started broadcasting, and then I've gotten it like 8 times. People say I have the dulcet tones. I don't know what that means exactly, but and then somebody says I sound like Seth Rogen.
You have a similar nasal tone to Rogan, but
I have a nasal
You know.
tone.
a little bit, yeah, a little bit nasally.
Means I should sing country music or what?
Nah, maybe blues.
Well, I've got a deep enough voice for blues.
Yeah, just got to find yourself a sax player.
Yes, that's jazz anymore than blues.
But
I am from New
get some
Orleans,
horns
so
with the
I'm
blues.
bound to be able to put my hands on a sax player. Actually, my son was in band. I probably know several sax players, actually. All right, let's get back up
There you
here.
go.
Look at. Oh, I got really confused here for a second. For that brief instant, I thought Lance Campbell had gotten back to the front already. I was like, that's impressive.
So of course, James Lenevan as
Yes.
part of the amateur class. So we've already lost 2 drivers tonight. Chet Miller made it 0.3 of a lap around before ultimately rejoining the circuit like a blind man driving a car.
Stevie Wonder could have done a better job than that.
Yeah. He might ring you at 3 a.m., not realize it's 3 a.m., but he'll still give you a call at least.
I got a story to tell you about that, but go ahead. And who else have we lost? Steven Smith?
Actually, no, we lost Steven Smith, but we've also lost Eric Fernandez as well. He only lasted the first 3 laps of this race, and is coming to pit lane, and I believe his race is over as well. So we're now down to 36 drivers here for the rest of this race. We'll see how they all end up throughout the rest of the period of two. We've got some nice close battles currently happening, though.
Yes, we do.
At this point in time.
There's a nice little battle.
It's a long haul race.
There's a nice little battle back here in the Pro-Am class.
Oh, yeah. It's getting hot and heavy.
8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th all right there together. Nice little battle.
It's a really, really good-looking battle between them at this point in time.
And that's actually Lance Campbell is in that battle, working his way back up, which he's already worked quite a bit, given it's only been 6 laps since he spun, and he is he's recovering pretty nicely. He's probably at this point past 15 cars already on his way back up.
That's a solid performance from him for Lance Campbell. Obviously he's had to pass through the GT4 field.
Which is all his old buddies from racing GT4.
Yep, and then he's had to pass the 4 GT3 cars at the back end of the train as well. But, of course, our pole sits tonight. He has plenty of time to get back up the order to the front end of town. He is currently sitting 21.6 seconds. Actually, a bit more than that. Sorry, 29 seconds roughly up to the race leader, Ricardo Delgado. With a 90-minute race, it's not too bad. I mean, 90-minute race, if he can get through these battles cleanly, he won't give up too much time. The issue for him will be, the main issue for him will be, is getting held up here by Araujo, who is defending him like it's a sprint race, Jim.
Yeah.
And this then begins to beg the question of, is it, and watching the way that Lorenzo's car...
He's out of the way now.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not, actually. Unfortunately, Lance had to lock him up.
Yeah, unfortunately. So how Lorenzo's driving right now is he's overdriving the car.
Yes, trying to hold back a guy who's way faster.
Who's much faster than him, who put the car on pole tonight, and he's defending him
like it's the last lap of the race.
Like it's the last lap of the race. We are 13 minutes into a 90-minute race. Lorenzo's now going to come into pit lane. Smartly, getting out of the way.
He's got a black flag.
Yeah, he probably got an unsafe pit entry, I would say, or a speeding in pits. Ultimately,
what was he doing? Did he
he
miss the track there?
How he was driving, I don't know.
I think he missed the track.
Yeah, and then he sped into pit lane. He forgot to rejoin back onto the road.
Yeah, I think he literally missed the track there.
The way that Lorenzo was just driving, ultimately, was he was overdriving the car.
Yeah.
He's overdriving the car at 13 minutes into the race, defending it like it is the last lap of the race, and he does not need to.
Right. And hence the reason that we talk about driving standards. There's a time and a place to put your car in that kind of spot. 13 minutes into a 90-minute race, when you're battling the pole sitter who is working his way back up through the field, is not the time or the place to be driving the wheels off your car.
No. 85 minutes into the race? Fair enough.
Sure.
You want to try and beat him? 5 minutes left. You're not going to beat him right now. Are you seriously going to be willing to stress yourself out and defend him for the next 70 minutes? It's not worth it.
Right.
It's not worth having to hold it. You're only going to heighten your risk of getting in an incident, or heightening your risk of having to run through pit lane. And ultimately, I just think it was just a poor choice by Lorenzo. But that's okay. We've moved past it now. What we've got is still some great battles. And we've actually now got as well.
Are you past
the GT3 cars? I am. The GT3 cars have just started to catch up here to the GT4s too. So there's about to be some traffic management skills put to the test here. Ultimately, I'd say on the difficulty scale out of 5 stars of how difficult this track is tonight for traffic management, I would put it on a 3 out of 5, Jim.
I agree. We talked about that last week.
Because I think the mid sector of this track, that real switchback section on the side of the hill,
tough.
Horrid.
Yeah,
absolutely horrid for traffic management. But from turn 1
you got plenty of room here to make your moves and get by people. You got to be patient.
Pretty much between turn 13.
I got
you did
patience.
Between turn 13 and probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and turn 6 around the circuit. So from turn 13 around to turn 6, best chance for your traffic management. And the best spot you can have it too, because majority of it's in a straight leading to a heavy braking zone. It's a wide part of the track as well. It's very easy to get the job done. From turn 6 to turn 13, so continuing around the course, that is the very most difficult place to do it. It's also most difficult place to get overtaking done in general in between your own car class in terms of battling for position. So that's where the big difficulties lie here tonight. I think as well, some of the spots that we'll obviously be keeping an eye on all throughout the race. Turn 1, 2, 3 is often a moment for drivers to have as well. Running out of turn 4, 2 as well. But then again, ultimately, I think down at turn 11, which we saw Araujo before get a little bit loose through there, and then also down at turn 13 as well into that braking zone and coming around the corner. A lot of drivers will often run slightly wide at the grass.
I could have swore. I mean, it might have been a safety vehicle off but I could have swore I saw a car off there. Sure,
unless it was Eric Cruz, I'm unsure. Who's just rejoined the circuit. But difficulties have been coming to these drivers all throughout as we follow the running and battling of Jed Cotterman at the moment.
And Leneven,
up and inside
battling
for position. As well.
Yeah, they're battling for position with each other. That back marker kind of separated them a little bit. They were right on top of each other.
Oh, Jack Anderson is in the chat with us at this point as well.
I wasn't even going to comment
Raw
on
Dog on the mic. Jim should sing Miley Cyrus songs. It is worth it when you have no race etiquette, from Mr. Anderson.
Oh,
Thank you for getting in the chat tonight, Jack Oz.
Yes, welcome, Jack.
He's not racing because he doesn't like Interlagos.
What?
The heathen. Absolute heathen.
There's something wrong with that dude. I always question his sanity. That just proved it to me right there. By the way, Jed is putting a move on Leneven right here for the lead in class.
Yes, indeed. John Swan as well is trying to make a move here on Zach Houston. So he sneaks up his inside and gets it into the top 10. They're nearly staggered 3 wide up towards turn 6. Houston's going to come straight back at him though in the Porsche. Holds the position. Will try and hold the inside line now down towards the braking zone of turn 7. But around the outside goes the Ferrari. Runs it real deep, though. Couldn't quite get there. And Houston's going to survive for the moment as he's now caught the GT4 traffic at the worst possible time as the battle for the back end of the top 10 continues.
I turned around and looked at your race, and I looked back up, and Jed is behind Leneven again. I don't even know what just happened. I got to go back and do a replay. Let's see.
Well, this is what happens when we get so much great racing action. In fact, Jacob Cotterman's a part of this battle as well now. You don't know where to put your eyes and you don't know where to watch it. Apparently he does enjoy it. Okay. He used to always complain about Interlagos when we get there on the F1 games, but and then saying he just got back from
you two have history,
delivery.
So there's that, you know.
Yeah.
Why do I not see where David went back around? Am I blind? What is going on here?
Well, it was James Leneven.
I don't.
That's gone back around Jed.
Yeah, I don't. Do you see it? Am I missing it?
I do. I've got it. I've got it right here.
You show it then, because I'm an idiot.
Here we go. This is how he got back past him. So Jed's just outbraked himself a little bit. Runs slightly wide up through turn 6. Into the braking zone of 7 comes Leneven on the inside and tucks it up nicely on the Merc, and that's allowed Steiner through as well, but Jed managed to hang on for that moment in time.
So then this happened, since we're on replays. That's Jacob going around, getting, I'm not going to say he got spun. I need to go back and look at that one more time. He sent it up in there. He turned in on. But that guy came way off whoever that was, came way up off the apex there. Way off. You have an opinion about that?
Contested moments at this point of the race. I'll be honest with you, Jim. I was keeping an eye on what happened on my end at this point. Let me have a quick look for myself so we can get a better view of this here in the slow-mo. So Jacob's in between a GT3 car and John Swan in the Ferrari. I think ultimately Jacob could have still left a little bit more room to John, but he was alongside him. So
But if you look,
he was
now go back
alongside
and
him
look at it
before
from the
the turn.
chopper angle, though, and look how far off the apex the inside car was. Look,
He's on the apex right there.
well, okay, but watch when they come together.
Yeah, that's because he's running a shallower line.
Well, that's true, yeah. But
so because he's running a shallower line,
he's going to wash off. See,
wider.
but he's off. Look how far off the apex he is now, though.
It's true, but he still manages to make it round onto the curb.
Well, yeah, it helps when you got 4 extra tires to help turn your car.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So the problem
I don't know. I may be.
Jacob's aiming for the apex here, whilst there's a car alongside him as he turns in. So that's the main main issue between that incident happening. Ultimately, I think it's a racing incident, but still.
No, I agree with that. I agree that it's a racing incident. I guess I was probably trying to find fault and not fault Jacob for some reason, just because we have so much fun with Jacob. But I definitely the way you. I agree. He shouldn't have turned down on him that hard. He had plenty of room to try to make that corner without turning down that hard as well.
Yeah.
Which I typically don't play favorites, but sometimes we do have so much fun with Jacob that that sometimes that can creep in, and it may have there. I was trying to find fault with the
I hold him
driver.
I hold him at a higher standard.
I agree. I agree with that as well. Especially since he should not be in the amateur class to start with.
No, but one thing that we are seeing, though, is this great battle still forming.
Yep.
As Jed Cotterman sends it up the inside.
Watch Steiner standing there. Come with him.
Nope. Yep, watch for Steiner.
This is turning into a nice battle right here, too, these three. Well, really, it's 5 of them because you got Biasi and Oliveira, right? I never can say his first name.
Guilherme Oliveira.
Yeah, him. Mr. G.
Both the Brazilians.
Yeah,
trying to work together here tonight, it seems. So,
that's right.
Fortunately for Rodrigo, he is currently down 4 spots in this race. So, you count the cars ahead of him. He's got 3 cars ahead of him.
Long race, though, still. There's plenty of time left in this race.
Well, there is indeed. As Leneman gets super deep on the back of Jed Cotterman's car, continues to pressurize him at this point in time. We're right on board with Rodrigo Dacier out there as he follows this battle between Steiner, Leneman and Cotterman that's been going on now for the previous few laps. They've continued to swap and trade positions like kids in the schoolyard traded Pokemon cards in the mid-2000s, and they continue to try and take that precious SIR off their friend and giving them a fake, I don't know, fake Shadowless Charizard maybe, Jim? I don't know what they might try and give them.
You know how much I know about Pokemon cards? I just know that when that game came out, that app thing, my son had me driving him all over Southeast Texas to chase Pokemons. That's all I know about Pokemon.
I'm surprised you don't call it Pokemans.
No, I'm still somewhat hip enough not to do that. I'm right on that verge.
You know it's hip to be square, Jim.
Well, I've been plenty square in my life, for sure. So, another thing that you just briefly touched on right at the very beginning of this race that we haven't talked about is the BOP.
Yes, indeed.
That was put out today, the final BOP for the 12 Hours of Bathurst, which, by the way, I think we're missing a few drivers tonight who are getting ready for Bathurst and probably decided to skip this race to practice. So the final BOP came out today. Interesting to see how it's affecting these cars tonight. I don't know that we're seeing anything shocking. Delgado out front in the Corvette. Apparently the Corvette is going to be a reasonably popular choice at Bathurst this weekend from everything that I'm seeing. the Porsche is seemed to come out pretty well in the BOP. So, what are your thoughts? I know you haven't had a lot of time to look at it. I had sent it to you just an hour or so ago at the most. So,
so I think looking at the current BOP of what's come out for these cars, there are 5 cars that stand out to me now. Actually, no, I've added a 6th car now. Actually, really looking at it, that all of a sudden going to be favourable choices this weekend, and also based on the fact they've been favourable choices leading up to Bathurst as well. So the Porsche, which is often a favourable choice at Bathurst, the Mercedes, because the Mercedes and the Porsche now have got the same weight penalty. Merc's got a little bit more of a power penalty, but at 99% fuel tank capacity, it means all of a sudden its fuel capacity and its fuel saving capacity is going to be quite strong because of its power penalty of negative 2%. So it's got less power with one of the highest fuel tank capacities. It means it should be able to run possibly for even a lap longer than majority of other cars. The Lamborghini has only been hit with a minus 0.25% power adjustment. So previously it was negative 1%. Now it's negative 1.25. No weight penalty, no fuel penalty. So the Lambo is still going to be quite a strong car. The Mustang is going to be strong, but it is going to be a fuel guzzler because it is a 15 kilogram weight penalty it now has. Slightly less power on board it too, minus 1.25%, but it has still 100% tank capacity, but it's still going to guzzle fuel. The Corvette looks strong. It is the one with the least amount of power adjustment on it, negative 0.75. It's actually gained power back on it. Has only a 3 kilogram weight penalty. It's now from 10 kilogram to 13 kilogram, 96% fuel capacity. So that Corvette's going to be strong. But the other car that all of a sudden, Jim, is looking very strong once again that I've noticed now is the Acura NSX. 10 kilogram weight penalty, down from a 15 kilogram. No changes to its power adjustment, negative 1.5. Still a 96% fuel tank capacity.
Well,
so looking at the Acura and the Corvette, both of those are going to be quite good, but the Corvette's going to be strong down the straights. The Acura is going to be good across the top.
So what today when I was doing some paperwork and stuff, I put on a couple of guys going down pit road there at almost clipped the wall there. I think that was Guillermo that almost got the wall there, but so him and Steiner are both in pitting. Are we at pit time? Yeah, I guess we are. We're pretty close. This is going to be interesting. I mean, this is going to be tough to make this in 2 stops. If they're pitting now, they're going to have to save a little somewhere along the way. Yeah, I don't know. I've got a feeling this could be a lap or 2 early to be pitting. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it may possibly be. I mean, we're slightly earlier than half an hour. Knowing that the fuel save is available, then they could possibly make it still. I mean, really, it's only 2 minutes. But I think...
Right, but
maybe this is actually coming down to this tank capacity issue there with the BOP.
Yeah, possibly.
Maybe this is the issue now.
So who were the cars that pitted? What are they driving?
They've put a fuel limitation on them, so the...
Steiner's in a McLaren.
McLarens. 2 of the McLarens are in.
Interesting.
So looking at the BOP, which we just spoke about, the McLaren has a 97% tank capacity on its BOP at the moment. I don't know if a fuel limitation then hurts that as well. Also, Jack is going to send me Apex Racing's numbers based on the BOP as well. He's going to send me the screenshot. So we're going to have more to talk about in terms of BOP. Thank you, Jack.
Yeah.
So I don't know if with BOP, if you do a fuel capacity in the service settings for each car as well, how that affects that.
Okay, so
I believe
now we got a bunch of cars pitting. Porsches and Mustangs this time around.
Yes. Lap time comparison for Bathurst, by the way, is the screenshot he's going to send me, so that'll give us a good indication.
What I was going to tell you is today, when I was doing the paperwork, I put on Basic Ollie's thing, and he was running, testing every car, basically getting ready, waiting on the final bop to come out, and There was over 1,100 people watching that stream, which tells you how many people are interested in figuring out what car is going to be the best at Bathurst, right? And
Yes.
and so based on everything he said that the Acura handled the best in his opinion, and in the end, it got a very favorable bop. So the Acura could be really strong. He said it was incredibly stable going through the mountain and under braking coming down the mountain, which is obviously really important at Bathurst.
So here we go. All right, so I've been given GT Sprint BOP optimal lap times for each car. Thank you, Mr. Anderson, for sending me these.
Let's see
what has happened.
Quick.
Guilherme Oliveira's had an incident.
Is that coming out of pit road?
Is that coming out of pit lane?
I think it was.
We might have to ride on board with him on his exit of pit lane, maybe, and just see what's happening.
Go to a different camera. Oh,
he's lit it up. Oh, no, there was already a car around. Is that Harrison Holiday around?
That was Harrison Holiday. I saw it where Harrison Holiday had crashed. I was going to show that one next. Yep, he gassed it up, lost it coming down, and then I think Guillermo probably – oh, no, he got right in the middle of the track in front of Guillermo. Oh, man, come on now.
Dude, just tow at that point.
Oh, my God. He 9-point turned, whatever you call it, and did it right
we have to rename him Austin Powers at this point.
Stop. Oh, man. And the thing was, Guillermo gets his car tore up. Harrison ends up with essentially no damage out of that. And he just jacked Guillermo's race completely.
Well, when we head back to live, we'll see that Justin Bock continues to battle away now with I think that is behind him is Lance Campbell, who's now going to lap down, but Justin does need to come into pit lane as he does. So I've been sent the lap times, Jim, of the optimals for each car. Right now, the top two choices is the Aston Martin and the Lamborghini. 2 minutes, 0.774, both of them have got that optimal lap time.
Which is crazy. But, well, the problem is the Aston Martin may be fast, but it is, I think, the most fuel-guzzling car in the field.
Well, then, so the coach's notes on this is Aston has consistent lap times, tendency to oversteer, but it's quickly up to speed. For the Lambo, great handling, great traction on exits. If I were to pick between those two, I would take the Lambo because of that, because you want to try and get great traction off corners,
right?
And you want the handling across the
especially off of turn one, which is the turn one and what's the name of that?
And turn two.
Well, no, what's the last turn before you hit that long straightaway?
Forest Elbow.
Forest Elbow.
You'd want it for turn one. You'd want it for Griffins. You'd want it for the cutting, and you'd want it for Forest Elbow as well.
Yeah.
The Acura, 2 minute 0.881, great handling, cautious of snap oversteer, great traction on exits. So the Acura, I think, again, for me, the Lambo is better than the Acura because of the reasons previously mentioned. Porsche, 2 minute 0.951, consistent lap times, easy to drive, tendency to understeer. You can set that up, though, so it's a bit better on the understeer, give it a little bit more wing.
What do they say about the Corvette? Because Ali mentioned something.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a moment in about 5 cars' time.
Oh.
Because we've got the Audi at 2 minute 0.951, poor handling, lacks overall pace, so you can probably put a line through the Audi. Mercedes, 201.007, great race pace, tendency to oversteer, unstable when braking, but again, you can adjust that by adjusting your braking curve on your pedals.
What car was that? I'm sorry, I was
Mercedes AMG.
Oh, okay.
The Ferrari.
The Merc's going to be somewhat strong. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think it will. You can fix the Merc with changing your brake curve on your pedal. That can be adjusted. Ferrari 201.083, poor tire warm up, great through the high speed sections though. So again, Ferrari would be great on the straights and sort of at the back end of the circuit, but across the top it may be a bit meh. BMW 201.117, consistent lap times, easy to drive, decent straight line speed. So looking at the Beamer, I would say anyone who is attempting Bathurst for the first time for the 12 hour, that is your pick as a first-time car. Front-engined, the rear end's not going to go around on you. And for those reasons, I think it is a very decent car for a first attempt at the 12 hour. It's the car that I first drove the 12 hour. I think it is. It's an all-rounder. Then we get to the Corvette 201.183. Lacks overall pace, difficult to drive, but it has good fuel consumption. So you get good fuel consumption, but you're trading that for lacking overall pace and being difficult to drive. So if you want a challenge, you can maybe drive the Corvette, but I don't. You can put a line through it at this point.
Well,
the Mustang 201.187.
So real quick on the Corvette, Ollie said that people were down on the Corvette, and they made one wing change to that car, and it was the fastest car he drove out of everything. And he drove most all of them, all the real contenders, And all they did was move the wing up to 6.5, and he said the Corvette took off like a rocket. It just, whatever it did, it got the Corvette right. One tiny wing adjustment. So, and he was fast. They're picking the Corvette. They're going with the Corvette.
So then we get to the Mustang 201.187. Lacks overall pace, difficult to drive, poor fuel consumption. So, bye-bye Mustang.
Yeah,
you are not the choice.
No.
You chew fuel too much. Then we get to the McLaren 201.276. Easy to drive, lacks overall pace, poor traction on exits. Do not touch the McLaren for the life of you.
What?
Do not touch it for Bathurst. Poor traction on exits. It will kill you across the top of the mountain. It is the slowest car. It claims it's easy to drive, but it has poor traction on exits, so it means it could be susceptible to dropping traction
how
and
can
then
it
putting
be
you in the
easy
wall.
to drive? I don't know. I'm not too sure that I don't know.
This is from Apex. This has come from Apex. So.
Apex, there's plenty of pros out there that can outrun Apex guys. I mean, I don't know. That's one take on it. I'm not sure that. I'm not sure that I'm in a place to question it. I guess either. I don't. I mean, y'all were practicing. I know that you ended up, because of being ill, not necessarily going to race it probably, but what was your take on what you drove this? What were y'all driving?
We were driving the BMW, and we got it to the point that it was very comfortable. Cold tires, it wasn't very happy, but once the tires were warm, it was very comfortable to drive. Every lap got faster and faster across the mountain.
Now, does that agree with what you're reading there?
Yes, it does. It does to me. And I think it's probably actually gotten better with its cold tires because of the BOP changes they've made to it. Now, I know that Jack practiced every car. He drove every car, put them all through it, and he's given us some info in the chat saying you might practice the BMW, Aston, Ford, Merc, and Audi/Lambo, all in the mid to low threes and flat from the cutting to McPhillamy, which is crucial because you want to be able to be flat across the top with it being comfortable and on rails. Then said, can confirm Macca was crap, understeer on entry, oversteer on exit. So the McLaren, unfortunately, I think right now is just super unbalanced.
Wow. Well, I mean, it had a run there for a while as, one of the...
It did.
Back
in
the top again.
I think, unfortunately, the McLaren is now in the realm of the Lamborghini as Harrison Holiday and Justin Welsh are going at it. Justin Welsh has been off the road, though, down on the midway point of the circuit, and he's actually rolling into the grass. This is what's happened between them. Bit of Mustang on Mustang action. Oh, lost the rear end. Harrison had nowhere to go, and Welsh has gone off the road. Oof. And unfortunately, he hasn't really had Harrison had nothing to do there at that point. He just had to pull it up.
He did a good job not to run him over, actually. I mean, we criticized Harrison earlier, but you got to give him a little credit there. That was good job not absolutely crushing him.
So we are down, by the way,
never down. It's always up.
To 32 cars at this stage. Holland is in pit lane. Jacob Cotterman is out.
Yeah.
Guilherme Olivieira's out. Cruz is out. Fernandez out. Smith out. Miller out. With Welsh towing back to pit lane at this point in time as well. Cole Malley leads with a GT4 class at this stage. Wants to go 6-0 to start his season. If he continues this run, Jim, I'd be interested to do the maths actually on how many points are worth a race win. So then how many... At what point could he win the championship before the season's over?
Right.
And I have a feeling if I find
John Voight's in pitting for the first of the GT. Well, no, there's a few of the GT4s. I guess are pitted already, but Voigt.
So we're at round 6 as Voigt's in.
Yeah. So we're halfway through the season.
So he's on a perfect 750. So he's 5 wins. So how many points is that, Jim, for a race win? That would be 5 divided by 75 would be.
I got shoes on.
150. It's 150 points for a race win. So he is currently 140 points ahead of Matt Lass. So as soon as he hits 150 ahead of Matt, that's when he's winning by a full race.
Yes.
So, assuming tonight he wins,
right, and Lass is
he would get that. Yep. So he would get that. Probably extend it out just past 150. It would probably maybe extend out closer to maybe 170, perhaps. So he wins tonight. That's 170. Let's say he wins next week. Puts another 10 points on it. Another 10 points. So maybe depending on how they drive, maybe Road Atlanta would be the earliest point he could win the championship if he wins every race. That would be with 2 rounds to go after that.
I mean, that'd be pretty impressive.
He's actually just missed his pit box, by the way. He's just had to roll back into his pit box. Yeah, he pulled it slightly too far forward as he's come into pit lane.
He had a 20-second lead, so this uneven Cotterman battle is not letting up. These two guys are grinding on each other, man.
Well, we're also about to get a tight battle for the race lead as Derek Fulker is beginning to chase down Ricardo Delgado as well. And really tonight, Steiner, Leneven and Cotterman, they have not let each other go, Jim. No. They have hung on to each other like glue. I mean, they're seriously just trapped together, battling all throughout, and that seems to be their...
Which is funny because it's 1-2 in pro, 1-2 in pro-am, and 1-2 in amateur. And
what do you mean, Jim? It's 1-2 in pro.
I know, stop.
It's 1-2 in pro, 1-2 in pro.
Stop. Which is kind of funny because it's 3-4-5 in pro-am, and then it starts getting jumbled up from there. But I thought it was 3-4-5 was kind of funny that they were there. Anyway, yeah, Cotterman and Leneven, man, look at this though. I mean, they have literally been all over each other.
Oh, no, they've not left each other alone.
I mean, they're all over each other like sticky on sushi rice.
Oh well, Joe, I had an even worse reference for you that I'm not going to say on air. I'll say it post race for you, just so you don't miss out on my joke. But they're all.
I know what you were going to say already. This is how well I know you.
I guarantee you don't. I'm going to message it to you instead.
Okay. Well, here, I'll just turn my mic off real quick and tell you.
No, it's not.
No? Okay. That was a good one, though.
It was a good one. There you go. I've put it in the bubble chat for you.
Oh, you could have said that.
Oh, okay. Well, they're all over each other like horny teenagers right now. They're not letting each other go.
No. Nothing wrong with that. That's pretty clean, relatively speaking.
Oh, that's fine then.
I mean, we're not, we're not exactly X-rated around here, but we're certainly, at least PG to slightly. Well, we're probably R-rated. I mean,
with some of our topics we've spoken about, probably closer to R-rated. I don't know what the in-between is, Jim, in the US from PG-13 to R. Because in Australia we have G-rated, PG-rated, M, MA, and then R. So in Australian terms, we'd probably be MA-rated because we don't have anything that would be considered graphic.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be classified as R-rated.
Right.
But we do obviously have some more.
Did you see the inside shot of that GT car from Bathurst?
Oh, horrible! I've seen the footage of it. Unfortunately, because of my illness, I was unable to actually watch the race on Sunday, so that was a fun time. I've seen the footage. Horrid footage.
I didn't actually see the footage, and don't really necessarily care to, but
well, so there's no onboard from the car that hit the room.
Right.
The only footage they have is an onboard of the car behind that Mustang as it hits it.
Oh.
So that's the only footage they have. He's about 3 car lengths back, so you kind of see him jump out, and then you just see.
But have you seen the photograph inside the car after?
Yeah, and I've also seen his helmet as well, and there's no doubt why he was vomiting in the car and out of the car as well.
No, it's insane.
It
yeah,
absolutely. Horrible.
Aiden Kiley might have just got himself in trouble there.
We know that Aiden has been struggling this season in the GT4 Aston.
Yeah, I almost wonder if he'd be better off in a GT3 car, if I'm being honest.
And quite possibly. I am still sitting on the train, Jim, of seeing if we can go at some point to get a legacy GT3 class in here instead of the GT4s, and running modern GTs and then a legacy GT class. I think that would be really cool.
You're talking about like the old BMW, the old
Z4,
Z4, yeah.
The Z4, the 488, the Ford GT, the old Merc, the old Audi, the old McLaren.
Actually,
just get all the old GT cars together.
I'd be 100% down for that. In fact, I'd want to drive in it.
Yeah,
I don't even know what I'd want to drive. It would either be the Z4 or it could be the GT4. Either one of those. I would be all over both of those cars. I don't even know which one I would want to drive.
It would. I think it would be cool to
look at Jed here. He's flying. Nope, I don't think so.
Trying to send it in there. Could not quite get the move made. Now he's tucked up right behind James Leneven, and this battle has been on for the last 48 minutes of this race, it feels.
These two have been battling so hard. Steiner's pulled away from them a little. But these two have been just going at it, man. Unbelievable.
It's been a fantastic battle between both of them all throughout this race. As here comes Scotterman on the inside. Can he get this done, or will Leneven get the run to the next corner? Jed's just edged ahead, but here comes the Mustang. Side by side, down towards turn 13.
Nope.
He's got him, but here comes Leneven back up on him under brakes. He's got to try and hang it round the outside now, round turn 14 and up towards the braking zone of turn 1. Can he get the drive, though, up the hill? I don't think he's got the power that Mustang has, and the Mustang may be able to hold him off.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, Leneven did a good job there of positioning his car where he was going to get those two inside lines back. Oh, no!
Oh, they made contact. They've come together. He tried to squeeze him, and he gave him just a little bit too little room. And around Leneven's gone, and I think, after such a great battle, a fantastic battle, he's just squeezed him that little bit too much to the track's edge. Because he's still maintaining his overlap.
Yeah, I mean, Jed never came off that line, man.
No, he didn't. He barely a millimeter off of the white line to the right-hand side.
Yeah,
and it's he didn't leave him enough room. And I think ultimately, the smarter choice for James was coming into the braking zone. As soon as you get the braking zone, just hook it to the right slightly and just give him all of a sudden a moment of space, because he's already been held that wide, that long, that he's not really going to be able to come back at you again. And you can hold him off mid-corner and just balk him at the apex. So It's fine to squeeze him, but he didn't really need to. So that's a shame. It was a great run thus far for Mr. James Leneven.
From All right, let me see. How do I want to do this? Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Never mind. I don't want that. I want this, and then I want to do this, and cockpit.
So we can watch this now. Remembering there is a slight bow in the road as well as you kind of come up the hill. So he's sitting nice and true, pretty straight, pretty straight, pretty straight. The Mustang comes over, contact's made. Nothing that Jed could do.
Yeah, I don't see that as on Jed, really. I don't. And
no,
I would call that in a heartbeat if I thought it was.
That's on James. Yeah, that's on James just for not leaving him enough
another
race
incident
room.
after that? I think he was trying to limp it around, and did he? Oh yeah, it's tore up.
Yeah, the rear went on him, so he's towed back to pit lane, and that'll likely be race over for James Leneven. Unfortunately,
unfortunately. Golly. And who is this? Oh, this is is it Diassi, you think? Diassi?
It's like I believe it's Dacia or something like that.
Oh, he's Brazilian, so I would probably I don't know.
Well, we've got some great battles still continuing on here. Zach Houston trying to chase down Michael Caffery at this stage on board his Porsche now on the bottom screen. Jed Cotterman has gotten unscathed and away from the incident with James Leneven. These battles are all heating up and down the field. Herzing's just had to tow back to pit lane because he's just had an incident. Let's see what's happened to him. Out at that there is turn 4. And into turn 5, he's run it wide, run it deep, and
why would he tow there?
Maybe he called it at that point. I don't know. Herschel Lawrence as well in the GT4 cars had a moment down through turn 1 and 2. Spun it round, unfortunately, for Herschel.
Where was that? Oh, that's coming out of the center S's. Okay.
That's it. Yeah, that's at turn 1. So it's unfortunate.
I mean, that's the kind of spot where it can start getting a little light-ended on the rear end on you there for sure.
Yeah.
This little battle here.
Jack was in agreement with us, by the way, about the Legacy GT3 class. Bring back the Z4 and the flamethrower McLaren, and I agree. And I'm not saying we bring the Evo 488. We bring the original big boy 488, like the OG Ferrari that was in this game, that was on, that was in the Ferrari challenging Class D. That just the oldest variant of each car. And put it in their Legacy GT3 class. That would be a fantastic time, because ultimately, yes, they would be slightly off the pace to the modern GT3s, but they wouldn't be off the pace enough that we'd be probably having as many issues with traffic management with the GT4s in comparison to the GT3 cars.
Well, my question is, they probably have not made any tire upgrades to those cars, though. So they're going to be like on the old tire model.
No, they won't be, because they've got the new damage model on them, so they would at least be on V6. So they would have the V6 tire model because they're on the new damage model.
Well, Voigt just shot by Schaefer there. Holy cow.
He did, and he ran it wide at turn 1, and Schaefer's now come back past him.
He sure did.
So Delgado leads the way in dominant form right now. Zach Houston continues to battle here with Kurt Basler continues to battle here with David Steiner for P3 and the Pro-Am lead overall at this stage of the race as well. John Swan into pit lane in his Ferrari as he comes in.
See, that's early, man. He's going to stop again. We're still 35, we're still 36 minutes away, man. That's too early, unless he's going to go into massive fuel saving.
I doubt it.
What was the report on the Ferrari? Wasn't it that it was a gas guzzler?
The Mustang's a gas guzzler.
Well, we knew that.
No, the Ferrari just has poor tyre warm-up and great through the high-speed sections of Bathurst, so there's nothing really said about the gas.
No, and it's really not.
The
high-speed sections at Bathurst don't really apply here too much.
Yeah,
a couple of sections, kind of, but not really.
So Yeah, Legacy GT3 class would be the old R8,
Oh, I
the
would
old AMG,
love it. I'm telling you,
the old
the
Porsche.
GTE or the Z4. I'm all over the Z4, man.
No, it'd be the Z4 for
I
sure.
bought the Z4 when there was no place to race it, just because I wanted to drive it.
I bought it just to own it.
Yeah, no, me too. I just bought it just to own it so I could drive it.
So it'd be a great time to get all those wonderful, wonderful old legacy GT3 cars out there, and it'd be a cheap way to go racing too. If you didn't own it, it'd only cost you $2 if it is legacy listed.
Right.
Of course.
Right. Voight there took advantage of that GT3 car going through and followed him through. What a battle this is, man. It's a nice little battle back here.
A great GT4 battle. We're getting a GT4 battle. It's great to see.
We don't often get too many of those. I mean, certainly not for the lead. That's a whole nother issue. 24.1 seconds ahead.
Coming into pit lane now.
Cole's in a different area code.
Coming into pit lane now is Lorenzo Araujo, who will definitely need another stop to get home because he's only just come in at the 57-minute mark. So he is coming slightly too early here to get home in this race. We don't get safety cars in this series, so safety cars are not going to save them on the fuel.
No. There's no scenario where they get I mean, at least at 57, there is some potential to save enough.
That's a big fuel save there.
I mean, it is, but it's certainly a lot better than the guy who came in at 54. Now Campbell's coming in the Mustang. That's not surprising. We know it's a gas guzzler, but the question is can he save? Because he's been dogging that car all race. Are these guys taking tires? They're not taking tires, huh?
There'd be no point.
Well, an hour and a half race, I mean. But he's not taking tires.
No, he's not taking tires. I don't know if there's any worth in taking tires in this one only being 90 minutes. Because you can go 90 minutes on a set of tires in the GT cars. So
can you?
You can, yeah.
Comfortably, yeah.
I've seen people go double stints on them. They could do it. But because the tires get covered by fuel now, it kind of locked out the reasoning to double stint tires.
Well, that's dangerous, isn't it? To cover the tires in fuel? All right, I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. I got we're an hour in. I got to make stupid jokes. That's what I do.
But I can't laugh at them, Jim, because if I do, then I cough.
Well, don't cough. Yeah, we don't want you coughing. So just so you know, I tried to, I wasn't even going to tell you, but I tried to get a second commentator to come in tonight. I asked a couple of the friends of the channel, you and Tristan, to see if I could find somebody that would come in and help where you didn't have to do all the talking since I'm nowhere near like a real commentator. But unfortunately, no one was available. Well, Tristan wasn't available because it's 4 a.m. there. And
I tell you what, Jake would have been an interesting choice.
Jake works on Wednesdays. Jake works on Wednesdays. He's doing NASCAR elsewhere tonight. But I'm not sure I'm not sure. Well, maybe these guys are ready for Jake. Actually, it's possible.
I think they are for sure.
Here, let's kick the picture-in-picture off for a minute. Give you a break on that.
Yeah,
and we'll.
I was about to say that. I was literally about to say, let's give them some full screen time. The battles have kind of separated now that we're in the pit stop cycle.
You know what? This could be, while we're in this little pit stop cycle lull right here, this could be a good time to look at that track map. Show people this beautiful track map and what this track is really all about.
Well, for those that don't know about Interlagos,
yes,
and how wonderful this track is, so to give the background behind it, as we'll get it showing to you in a moment, it's down here in Sao Paulo, Brazil, built on the side of a mountain. Of course, it's built around law. and history here at this
Yes.
place. Formerly, it was an oval circuit built in the middle of Sao Paulo city here in
Yes.
Brazil. You can see the remnants of where the oval once was, but being that it is built on the side of a mountain, it means it has a massive, massive elevation change throughout this race. Highest point of elevation up here at the start-finish line and in the entry at turn 1. The toughest run off the start, obviously down through turn 1, 2, and 3. It is always chaos whenever you go racing here through turn 1, 2, and 3, as we saw evidence tonight as you begin the roller coaster ride down the hill and down towards the braking zone of turn 4. When you get down towards turn 4, you're getting into the lowest, one of the lowest points of elevation around the whole track. In fact, I believe turn 5 is actually the lowest point of elevation around the whole circuit. This can be difficult for drivers early in the race as well, getting hooked up with each other through 4, but then as you come back up the hill through turn 6 and in through turn 7, this is the difficult place with the traffic management, because turn 8, 9, 10, 11, and even down towards turn 12, it's so tight, so easy to defend, but so easy to get passes made because it is such a massive switchback section of corners. And often with the difficulties of changing on and off camber corners, medium to slow speed corners, it's difficult in these sports cars to get these moves made at the best of times through this mid sector of the circuit. Then you're back into the high side sector, or the high speed sector, I should say, of the track, into the braking zone at turn 13, where we see incidents on X and off of drivers running it slightly too wide into that little grass patch and losing the rear end, and rising back up the hill through 14 and up towards the unnamed turn 15 and back onto the main straight. It's a quick lap, it's a historic lap as well, but it is a gorgeous place to go racing. And as I said, it's one of the world circuits with the most variable elevation changes around it. The only other circuits on iRacing in terms of Grand Prix circuits like this, which would have such elevation changes, would be Circuit Spa-Francorchamps, and as well the Red Bull Ring 2. The others do not have quite as a drastic level of elevation change in terms of Grand Prix circuits on the iRacing service, or even in modern Grand Prix facilities.
Lance Campbell's got a black flag.
He does have a black flag, and that, I believe, is him coming into pit lane as to why. There is also, by the way, Jim, I've just noticed, there's a car in pit lane spun the wrong way round.
Really?
It's Jason Holland.
Yeah. Let's see what he's
towed back to pits, and he's the wrong way around with a blown engine. He's been in there for a while, ever since lap 21.
Okay. Where is he
I've just noticed that he's parked the wrong way around in pit lane with a blown engine. He's been parked up for 28 minutes.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can find a camera to get on him. That's not it. Okay, that's kind of funny. Actually,
he's running the reverse layout.
Apparently, yeah. So apparently he blowed it up.
Apparently he did, but yes,
is that
in
the
terms
Tennessee
of Grand Prix
Volunteers car? I give that guy grief.
I don't
it
know.
is. I think it is. I think it's the guy with the Tennessee Volunteers car, and if it is, I give him grief on a regular basis. And it's really because, I don't think that is him. Maybe it is. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
It's the right colors.
But
does that say Vols on the wing? I don't know.
I can't read it from here.
You're not helping me.
I'd have to be a proper linguist to be able to read it from here, Jim.
Hold on. I'm going to figure this out, damn it. I'm going to take control of the camera.
I'm sitting here in pit lane looking at a car to figure out whose car, what livery it is, whilst Jed Cotterman and Kurt Basler battle away for P4 overall. They are battling for P4 overall.
Sorry, folks. I got sidetracked. It happens. My sugar's low.
We've had an autism.
Could be that too.
So side by side down towards turn 1. We're within the final half an hour of this race. Jed Cotterman gets the move made past Kurt Basler for position.
Turn these flags off too. We're good without flags.
And now continues to push on, knowing that the final pit stop is still to come for these drivers. It proves that others have come in too early.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Although in saying that, Jim. So Lorenzo Araujo went in lap 35. It was about the 56-minute mark. These guys have gone to an hour and 5 minutes.
Right.
mayhaps Lorenzo can get home from that point because they can go slightly longer than half an hour on the fuel, because you can set a fuel limitation on starting fuel and then a fuel limitation of how far the tank can be filled. So perhaps there's a limitation on how much fuel they start with, which only gets them to a certain point, and then the fill rate can take them slightly further. So it might be that the starting fuel's 35%, but the tank capacity is actually at 40%. So there's a bit of extra fuel they can put in the pit stop, take them slightly longer than what the first stint was.
So, yeah, I mean, the only way we would know the answer to that is if we talked to somebody who would know the answer to that, which would more than likely be, somebody like Jed or something. Just looking here, so we're down to 12 cars on the lead lap right now. In the GT3 class, we're down to 12 cars on the lead lap. And Zach Houston is not that far from being lapped.
Now, Zach Houston,
has he pitted twice?
Interestingly enough, though, has taken his second stop, though.
Okay, so he might
in
be,
this
he might
race.
be all right then. Yeah. I was just curious to see how many cars we had left on the lead lap, just to take a look at it and see.
Well, technically for John Swan, he hasn't actually been. Oh no, he has now been passed. Sorry, by Delgado. But yes, Houston has had his second stop,
but so
he's okay.
Swan.
Yes, they've both taken their second stop, as is MacArthur. Ogier is the top-seeded driver who is technically a lap down because he still needs a second stop in this race. Right. So
David Volpa is the lead car on track who has made his second stop.
Well, that's a great bit of strategy from him if this pays off for him. As he's coming up towards Cole Malley, the leader of the GT4 class here tonight. 24 and a half seconds is the gap, by the way.
Volpa has pitted last on lap 20, though.
Oh, well, no, he'll need another stop.
Yeah.
So he's going to need another stop. So that's going to drop him down the order when he comes in once again. David Steiner into pit lane now. So the first of the front runners are in, Jim.
Yeah.
So the Australian enters pit lane.
See if he's going to go up on the jacks. I doubt it, like you said. Nope, no jacks. So I guess...
no, Jack's in the chat. He's not driving.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting. I know. Jack said, boo on you for ruining my fun. I was trying to find out if that was the Tennessee Volunteers car so I could rag on him. Because if it was, I was going to say something like, well, it doesn't surprise me. He's a Tennessee fan. He probably doesn't know the right way to face anyway. But if that's not him, then I take it back. But if it is him, then I mean it with sincerity. Actually, they're not really huge rivals with LSU. We're just in the same conference. But
continuing to bring college football to the ears and minds of those who.
Mean, the reality is, there's a lot of Americans in this. In
that's
this field,
true.
In this broadcast.
I know that college football is obviously very, very popular, Jim.
Yes, very. US. Very.
Now, where does it sit on the realm of domestic popularity within the US?
Oh, very high.
For domestic sport.
Very high.
So obviously the biggest leagues in the US is the NFL, the MLB, the NHL, and the NBA.
Honestly, I would say college football is bigger than professional basketball as popularity goes. In fact, I'm 100% sure it is because it has huge television deals compared to basketball.
It probably has also an unfair advantage because it can seat more people.
Well,
at live events than what basketball.
Right, but you still got to draw those people to the live events. So
that's true.
Yeah, that's why I pit in here. GT4 car in. No. College football is definitely more popular than professional basketball, for sure. Probably not more popular than professional baseball, but maybe. That's a tough one. And the NFL has really struggled over the past few years. I would say that college football was right there with the NFL for a while, but then when college football allowed the athletes just start getting paid, and it just became like a minor league of pro football, basically. It kind of changed the popularity a little bit. So,
But they can't play college ball forever because they can't go to college forever. So
no, but they certainly now are chasing money in college. So there's no loyalty. They jump from school to school chasing the money around and stuff like that. And, it's a little different. But, I mean, there will always be these huge rivalries in college football that, go back 100 years or more, So Basler's in now.
I would say the level of rivalry in terms of sports that have rivalry, the college football would have the biggest level of rivalry in the US.
In the US,
out of any
yes.
other sport that they have.
Yes, probably so.
Because of the deep-seated rivalry between universities.
Yes, and they go back. Some of them go back 100 or more years.
Yes.
Yes. Internationally, soccer. I would say, the level of some of those rivalries in soccer gets to the point of crazy,
Well, especially in European leagues, of course, in Turkey between Besiktas and Galatasaray, that is a massive rivalry that has ended in riots multiple times.
As has like the
Ajax, and I think it's AB. I can't remember the exact name, but in the Netherlands. As well as Italian teams like Inter and AC Milan, and the German teams of the same city. So both Munich teams, heavy rivalry. Munich, Bayern, and Dortmund, as well. Obviously, English football rivalries too. Some that are not as prevalent anymore because of different tiers of football that some teams are in. Like there were some really, really bad ones in sort of the mid-2000s when a lot of teams were in the same tier.
Well, there was some serious riots in Europe there. In England, I don't know. Actually, I don't exactly know where they were. I've just seen some kind of documentaries on them. Cotterman's in now.
There's some big ones. Yep, he is in. Jed Cotterman in.
Yeah, I don't. I've never. I mean, I played soccer when I was a kid, as most kids do in the United States. But I don't really. I never did really follow. I just know that I watched some documentaries on some of the crazy rivalries over there.
Even in Argentina, the rivalries between football teams in Argentina as well, like Boca Juniors.
Just come out in front of Steiner. Look, Steiner got him now.
He did indeed. Up the inside he goes. And a great move for David Steiner to stay ahead of Jed Cotterman through the pit stop period, as Vulper's now in the pit lane for his final stop as well. Top four still need to come into pit lane. Bock, Patron as well also need to come into inside of the top 10. Michael Caffrey's been off the road up ahead, so that's going to drop him time. He's one of those drivers that need a pit stop, by the way, Jim. So this is a massive loss for Caffrey. Could cost him a top 10 finish here tonight if he does not get this thing moving once again at full pace and pushing on for the final 15 minutes of this one.
Let's pop up. Pull up the replay of what happened to him. It couldn't have been too serious, I guess.
No, it couldn't have been too serious. Yeah. Am I going to pull it up, or are you?
Yeah. Go ahead. Jim? Go ahead.
Here we go. So this is what's happened with Michael. All on his lonesome. Down at turn 7. And turn 8, and he's just lost the rear on himself. Got himself going, didn't really catch any damage, but crucial time lost.
Yes.
Therefore,
Look at these two,
driver is down to pit lane. Rodrigo Dacier is into pit lane. Cotterman and Bock continue to battle away as well.
Well, they're good there. Oh,
there's been a blow up down there.
What happened?
That was David Steiner who's gone around at turn 1.
What in the world happened?
This is what's happened to David Steiner. He's been spun round by Jed Cotterman.
No, did he?
Oh, no. Sorry, no. He hooked the back of the car ahead of him.
Yeah, I think he turned down. Yeah. So he got right up on the guy in front of him, and then he turned it off of him and spun it to keep from hitting that guy. You see, that's something you don't see right there. He spun himself to keep from wrecking somebody else right there. I'm almost 100% sure of it. Oh, no, never mind. Yeah,
I think ultimately, though, the GT4, and I know we speak about often, GT4s obviously do still have some onus on. Let's try and make it a bit easier for the GT3 cars.
Yeah, I don't know that going right into the Senna S
battling,
is the place that you try to overtake a GT4 car.
Well, I think as well, you've got 3 GT3 cars behind you. You're coming up to a tough corner. He didn't really need to cut across the track as they're trying to come in. Because I think Steiner thought he was going to leave him the room, and he ultimately didn't. So it's a tough one.
Yeah, I just think that in that particular spot, you can't expect the GT4 car to be able to drastically change his line for you, because Lord knows getting through the Senna S on its own is hard enough.
It is indeed. We're still awaiting, by the way, the top 3 to come into pit lane. They last pitted on lap 21.
There you go.
So
clearly there was some people. I mean, you can't say they're going for an undercut, because if they're not changing tires, there's no undercut situation to be had. The only thing is if they're just trying to get out of traffic. But now Delgado is in now.
So race leader comes in, Falker in as well. We expect Bock to join them into pit lane. Knowing that Cotterman is right behind him, he will jump him to get onto the overall podium when Bock enters pit road. Is there some gains to be had?
They're still
they're still a ways. They're half a lap ahead already. I mean, nearly a full lap ahead. Delgado's exited pit lane now, by the way, so he's already out.
Right.
Falker's exiting pit lane now as well.
Yeah, and they're just now getting onto the long, whatever you call it. What's the name of that straightaway? Is there a name for it?
Well, I don't even know if there's a name for it. It's the second DRS
straight.
He ain't
that's what pitting, I know. Unless he's going to cut across.
No, he'll come in now. He's coming in now.
Well, he was on the outside of that GT4. I wasn't sure if he was going to get over there or not, because he was out on the outside of Voigt there. Or Schaefer, whoever that was. One of them.
So into pit comes Bock. We'll see where he ends up. This may drop him. Will it drop him outside the 10? No, I think he'll remain inside of the top 10, but where in the 10, I'm unsure. Basler comes past. Caffrey should get him as well.
Where's Caffrey at now?
He's just coming past him
now.
Bock is just dropped. Caffrey's at turn 1. Bock's exiting the pit lane.
Yeah, Caffrey's got him, I think.
It'll be tight. No, I think, he's got him, because he's got the speed through 3. So Bock's going to rejoin just behind Michael Caffrey, ahead of Scott Petrone.
Yep.
As he now rejoins the circuit, and there he is right there. So
he's got a good little lead over Petrone, though. He's still got 3 or 4 seconds over Petrone, I think. 4 seconds, yeah.
And for Caffrey, I mean, this is now the loss that he's had by having that little half spin. He's nearly lost a whole position to Bock, but he's luckily he hasn't. He lost it to Basler and to Dacier as well.
I think that's going to be a battle here to see if, even though it's not an inter-class battle, it's still going to be a good battle on track. If Bock can run down Caffrey here. Cotterman up there in 3rd overall now. Solid podium place right there for him, and he's got a 5-second lead on Steiner, and we've only got about 10 minutes to go in this race.
There's not much time left at all. 10 minutes and a bit of change, and
wow.
Then we will get to the checkered flag. And I think even with the gap that Delgado's got, if he's smart, he'll deliberately slow the car down to try and get the white flag to save a lap.
Yeah, well, we've seen him have that opportunity before and not do it. And he's only got a 6-second lead over Volker. So it's not like he's got a ton of time to save, Actually, we'll see what the fuel saving situation has been. They both pitted on lap 49, so there's no question they got gas. I mean, did one of them take a shorter stop? They both took pretty quick pit stops, so.
Well, Fulker's was 2 seconds. No, maybe 1.3
slower.
So
I'm curious about if one of them's going to have to fuel save a little bit here. It could just turn into a battle, but I think if anybody's going to fuel save, it's going to be Fulker and not Delgado. So
I don't think they'll need the fuel save too much. Yeah.
He was all the way out onto the wall, man, like way out on the curbing. I don't know that I've ever seen anybody go that wide through turn one like that. Interesting.
Well, David Steiner is trying to survive right now to Rodrigo Dacier in behind him. Oh. Scott Patrone is battling here with Zach Houston further back as well. They've got Harrison. That's Philip Caffrey, the lap traffic just behind them as well. Matt Lass has had a moment in the GT4 class, but he is still going at this stage in time. I think it might have actually been the incident possibly with... no, it wasn't. This is a fresh one that's happened to Matt Lass. Yeah. Oh, it is too.
He's drifting it. Oh, he got clipped too.
Oh my God!
He was doing a good job of drifting it too. But so who was that got him? Was that Grondin?
So he's drifted it. That's Holiday. That's Harrison Holiday in the Mustang.
Isn't it? Look at that.
And then just clipped him.
Harrison had an incident.
He's had to come in the pit lane.
He had an incident on his own. Who does? Harrison?
Yeah, that's probably incident. I think for incident points, I would say.
But the thing was,
he had that
pit lane spin where he messed up Guillermo early in the race, and then he's been in 2 incidents that were no fault of his own. That were just tough luck incidents there, and like I said, I'll call it what I see. Like if he does something wrong, I'll say it, but if he doesn't, I'll say that too. So, yeah, I'd be curious to see the way everybody ragged on the McLaren. It'd be curious to see if Steiner can hold off Rodrigo here in the Merc. It'd be a nice. This is obviously a battle for class lead, and Rodrigo's all over him, and this home race for Rodrigo. So this is big win. This would be a huge win for Rodrigo.
Absolutely massive win for him. For him to try and put this together in the GT3 Pro-Am class here tonight. If he can put the pieces together, well, he's got to try and chase down David Steiner, who has had a race win before this season. And
yes,
as we're nearly at the end of this race here tonight, we've got about 7 minutes to go. I'll vocally talk you through the series standings. So, of course, Delgado led tonight, 725 points ahead of Derek Fulker on 646. So he's about to gain a couple of more on him once again. Justin Bock is going to drop points.
I've got an idea real quick. What about loading them? Can you load them onto your screen?
I can do that. Yes, I can.
So do you download them from the...
Yeah, I'll get them.
Yeah, let's do that. I mean, you should have time to do it that, huh?
Yeah. I'm just downloading them now, so give me a second.
I mean, that's a cool idea. I don't know. Steiner seems to be pulling away now a little bit. I can't lie, not that I'm rooting against Steiner. I love my Australian friends. But I don't know. There was a part of me that's kind of rooting for Rodrigo there to make a battle out of this since it's his home race and everything.
Yeah, try and get him winning this one.
I mean, I think that'd be cool just to pull a hometown win. I'm not rooting against Steiner for sure, but I don't know. There's just something sentimental about it. Brazilian winning at Interlagos. It's kind of like flashback to when Senna finally got that win here. It took so many years, and then this was the one where he got the excruciating pain win, I believe, right? Where he held the car in 6th gear, had to hold the shifter the whole time, or the last part of the race or something, and it tore his hand up. Wasn't that this race?
It was here.
Yeah.
Very, very tough race for...
Yeah, I mean, it was so emotional. You could hear him screaming from the pain and whatnot. And but unfortunately here, Rodrigo is slipping further and further behind, and he's got some GT4 traffic that's kind of holding him up, which is not doing him any favors. And Steiner's gone, man. Steiner 2.5 seconds on him like it was nothing. I have to say that GT4 car and not being able to get around him, hey, look at there. That's actually kind of cool. We might need to do that in the future. I like it.
There we go. So coming into this race, Delgado was leading on 725 points over Fulca, so he's gaining over him. Justin Bock being so far back in P4, he's going to drop points as well. Bigot not being here is going to drop points. Petrone is going to gain some on Bock, but he's not going to gain any on Fulca or Delgado. Schmall, Anderson are not going to gain anything. Olivietta's already out, so he's not gaining anything. Crosby, Gross, they're not here. Neither is Anderson or others, so they're not going to gain any points either. To the Pro-Ams, Caffery was leading the championship, 679 points plays. Harrison Holiday's 564. Holiday is not gaining anything on Caffery tonight. Welsh is not gaining anything on him either.
Well, Caffery is the highest of the points guys right there in this battle, with the exception Steiner's ahead of him. But
really as well, the only drivers ahead of him are drivers who are well behind him in the standings.
Right.
Steiner, Basler, and Dacier. He can afford to lose to them tonight. So
yes,
that's really not going to hurt him too much. Campbell's already out. Cruz is already out as well. But as we then look to the AM standings, of course, I mean, Jed Cotterman is about to go over 100 points in the lead of his championship over anyone in the amateur class after tonight's race, because both Jake and James are out of this race.
Yeah, that's
so he's
unfortunate.
He's about to gain over 100 points over those guys. Chet Miller's not gaining any points. He's out. Greg Lawrence is no longer contesting. Swan still is. Herzing is not. Nelson is not. Ogier is not. Vulpa still is. So, Ogier's still out there, sorry. So Ogier and Vulpa are still contesting, but again, they're losing points. This championship's already starting to get written off.
Yeah, I agree.
And speaking of written off, the GT4 championship, Cole Malley's about to get 150 points advantage over P2 in his class, because John Voigt is not gaining any points on him, but he is gaining on Schaefer and Matthew Lass. As Lavrisa and Steiner have just had contact together, by the way.
No.
Jim, both of them have been involved in something, and David Steiner has just lost the race lead to Rodrigo Dacier with only 2 minutes to go in this one.
I didn't mean to commentate or curse him like that.
So let's have a quick look here at what's happened. It's with the GT4 car. Brian Lavrisa, he's just turned across on him, not left the GT4 car enough room, and both of them have gone round.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, no! Oh, God, that re-entry there.
Yeah, that was so close. So let's watch here. So he just turns all the way over on him, ultimately, and Steiner has left him no room whatsoever.
No, that's unfortunately on Steiner.
Ultimately, Steiner has thrown away the win by his own mistake, and it's given Rodrigo Dacier an all-time race lead, 3.6 seconds. David Steiner's off the road again, by the way, down at turn 13. That's giving Caffery P3 now.
Oh, my gosh.
And we have only got a few minutes to go before we have a hometown hero in Rodrigo Dacier, in the Brazilian representation of the Mercedes driver, the only Brazilian left in the field, with Guilherme Oliveira out of this race as well.
So where is Delgado? Is he gonna? He can't really slow because he's got Fulker right behind him. So he's gonna make it across.
No. He's got 4 seconds behind him. He is slowing.
Is he?
He's been trying to slow this race down to not have to do the extra lap. Unfortunately, he's just not done it enough.
No,
he should have done it on the last lap.
He's not going to make it.
Yeah, no. It's one more lap.
Yep.
So he should have slowed down on the last lap to try and close that timer down.
So one more lap for him. Oh, man, now I feel bad because I sat there and rooted against Steiner. I mean, not really, but, now I feel bad. I'm just a big old sensitive guy. You see that? People got me all wrong. I tried to put the link in there. I don't know if it works or not, but
it works. It should work because you're the channel admin. It shouldn't cover it up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if it does not work,
So,
the name of the league is Full Throttle Nation Racing, and you can find them on Discord, or if you need to, you can message me here at Motormouth Broadcasting through our YouTube channel or something, and I will get you a link to the league. But it's Full Throttle Nation Racing League.
So the 1 hour and 30 minutes is up. We're on to the final lap. And up the hill, the race leader, Ricardo Delgado, is about to come to the line to take home a fantastic victory here in Sao Paulo, Brazil. At Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache, it is Ricardo Delgado, the race winner here tonight, not only for the pros, but for the overalls as well. David Fulker in P2. Jed Cotterman is going to traverse around the final few corners to get onto an overall podium here tonight. The Mercs are back thanks to the BOP, with 3 of them inside of the top 10, 2 of which inside of the top 5. Cotterman comes round to the line, will take the win, and the hometown hero behind him, Pro-Am driver, hasn't run many races this season, Rodrigo Dacier, will take home the race win on home soil at Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache as he wins it for the Pro-Ams in P4. Kurt Basler in P5, P2 for his class. Caffrey on the podium for the Pro-Ams as well. Steiner in behind them. Then it's Patron and Bach to Zach Houston inside of the top 10.
You speak
David Fulper,
Portuguese?
John Swan. Obrigado.
Is that Portuguese?
Yes, that's thank you in Portuguese. Even in Brazilian Portuguese, it is thank you as well.
Well, 20 years ago, I used to speak a little Portuguese because I was around a bunch of Brazilian jiu-jitsu people from Brazil, but that's long gone.
I would hope the Brazilian jiu-jitsu people were from Brazil.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu is a style of martial art.
I know.
They could be from anywhere in the world and practice Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but these people.
I know. I'm making the claim.
Yes,
I'm making the claim that you're saying it as Brazilian, jiu-jitsu people.
No. No. Well, I was. No, I was saying it. Brazilian,
By the way, we haven't called him across the line, but Cole Malley has won
I had him on
6
camera
in a row now for the GT4 class.
It's because you argued with me about Brazilians. If you wouldn't have done that, we could have called Cole Malley across the line.
Cole Malley knows all about Brazilians. We should know this by now.
Does he?
He's an expert on Brazilians.
He probably is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. Let's see where we're at here. Are we done? Yep, everybody's finished, so we're good.
Everyone's finished. We should have some results.
Let's get that off of the screen. Then let's get this off the screen, and then we'll go through Clash. You want to start it? We'll start with the AMs. Let's start there. No, we'll start at GT4s. Yeah. GT4s first.
Oh, yeah. Although Cole has just left the interview room and he's left John Voight in there, so I assume we're talking to John.
Yep, he's doing what he's yes.
To call it what it is, the pity party pick because Cole's won so much. We're going to
stop that. That is not even remotely the
I'm
case.
joking. We're spreading the love.
Cole is being very generous and allowing somebody else to sit in on his time because he knows that there are other quality drivers in this series that deserve some airtime. But anyway, here's the results from today's race.
Let's have a quick look. So for the GT4 class, it was Cole Malley to Timothy Schaefer and Corey Patton in there. I don't know why. Actually, no. I don't know why John's in there. John didn't finish P2. And Cole said that he's called for P2 to come and chat to us. So actually, I don't know if we can talk to John.
No, John did finish P2.
No, Tim Schaefer did.
This is not right. John Voight's showing P2 on the overall. Let's look at the overall.
Okay, something's happened to your results then.
Yeah, I think I know what it is. But
or have you not got him classified in the GT4 class?
No, he's classified.
Oh, you do? Oh, I know what's happened.
What's happened?
Has he been given a post-race penalty?
No, it wouldn't be here.
Hang on. Hang on. Let me leave the session.
No, well, you don't have to do that. I can just, the other results would show it. Here, let me just turn this off for a second. Let's do this. Hold on.
We're double checking live TV, ladies and gentlemen. So
Yeah,
we're
that's
just
unfortunate that we're having to do that right
so
now.
so just quickly scroll down and
Well, I
just
got to
let's
go
just see
find the
where he's up
box
to
because
first.
I got rid of it a long time ago.
Yes,
Yeah,
Tim
Schaefer. Well, wait a minute. What happened to Voigt? Well, I guess we'll talk to Voigt anyway, but I don't. That's wow. Okay. Well,
So
so
post race, it's classifying John Voight as P2,
but then
but it's classifying Tim Schaefer P3.
right.
But in the session, but in the timing, it's classifying John Voight as way down the order.
Yeah. Well, that though the results here, these results that we just looked at, those results are official results.
Yeah. I'm looking at the iRacing results, and it's classified John Voight as P2.
I know. But those aren't official results. The what pulls up here is the official results with penalties. So he
Yeah, no, but it should classify penalties in the. So I've quit the session. I've gone to results ready because
okay.
that'll show penalties,
Yep.
and he's P2.
Void is?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this has nothing to do with us, and this is a
Well,
straight.
I'll tell you what we can do then. While we wait, while we figure this out,
Well, either way.
instead of chatting to John first, we'll chat to Jed, and we can figure this out with Jed
Well,
because he might be able to explain it.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. We didn't really go over the winners yet, but that's okay too. It doesn't matter. Go
Oh
ahead.
well, no man, no, but that's fine. We'll chat to John, and then we'll figure out why this
Yeah.
happened
Well,
because we still want to try and
yeah.
spread the
We're going to
blood
talk to John
of
either way because
GT4
he's here.
drivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will. Yeah. All right. So that we'll drag in John now.
Yeah.
We'll
Bring him
chat to
in.
John, and then we'll get to our GT3 drivers. John, welcome in. The reason we took so long to drag you in, we're trying to figure this out because iRacing says one thing and the timing says another thing. So iRacing claims you finished P2 in the post-race results. SDK is pronouncing you as P7. So this is the level of confusion that we've been having as to if we should actually talk to you or not because we don't know if you're actually P2 or if
Well,
you
we're
aren't
going to talk
P2.
to you either way because
Yeah.
you're here. And so anyway, you've been having a good season, and we're not sure what's going on with these results. From everything that we see, I think that you are P2. And I think it's just some kind of scoring error, unless there was a late race penalty that you know about that we don't.
No.
Okay, it's probably some kind of snafu here or something. But anyway, you've been having a good season. Obviously, Cole's been kind of dominating and gracious enough to let some of the other drivers come in and speak because he has been dominating this season. But like he said, there's so many great drivers in this series, and you are absolutely one of them. Not quite on the same form that you were on last season. Or the really kind of, well, especially last season. What do you attribute that to? Do you think it's just a matter of not practicing as much, or is Cole just gotten that much faster all of a sudden, or what do you think is going on there?
It's probably a mix of a few things. So I know Cole puts in lots of practice. I came into this race pretty cold. I did a few laps on Sunday, and then I just jumped in to the car. I don't want to blame the car, but I don't know if I have the practice and or the driving style that fits the Porsche well. I knew I wanted to give it a shot this season, and
What did you
I'm
drive
doing
last
what I
season?
can
I
with it.
thought you were driving the Porsche as well last season. No?
I drove the McLaren last season.
Okay.
And I may
All
be
right.
going back, or the
Right.
Mustang was definitely piquing my interest.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, of course, and obviously, it's kind of a changing balance with these cars. Obviously, there was a change early in the year with the BOP for the Roar before the 24, I guess. But it's good to have you in here, and you really have been doing well. it's just if you take Cole out of the picture, you're having a really good season. Damn
I
him.
just have that much more room for improvement,
Well,
and
and
it
and
seems to
he's
be
gonna we're gonna
consistent half lap or more,
we're gonna
half
move
a
him
second or
on.
more to make up.
That's all right though. But the thing was, it wasn't that long ago. Cole was in that exact same spot. You know, and he's put the time in, and it's come to him. And what he's really done is he's cut out a lot of his mistakes. He was quick before, but
Right.
he made mistakes, and I think that's all part of the learning curve. You find the speed. And then you eliminate the mistakes, and then you find a little more speed, and I think it's he's just at that point where I think it's probably time for him to move on. But what do you? So we were having a conversation about, and this is just us up here in the booth talking, potentially removing the GT4 cars. This is all our idea, and instead having the GT3s, and then bringing in the legacy GT3 cars as a second class. So, are you familiar with some of the legacy cars like the BMW Z4, the Ferrari 488?
I have seen some of them. I definitely think it's an interesting idea. I would not be choosing those cars to drive if it was up to me.
You would go if that were the choice. You would just move up to regular GT3.
Correct.
Okay, I was just curious. Just something we were yakking about up here. We're all excited about it because we all like one of those legacy cars for ourselves. The GT4, or the Ford GT40, or or the BMW Z4, stuff like that. So, but anyway, that was just a topic of conversation. But anyway, it was good to have you here. I'm glad you came in to chat with us a little bit. Sorry about the confusion with your placing in this race. Like I said, I'm still pretty sure that you did finish second, and we'll get that cleared up obviously soon. But we're going to go ahead and congratulate you on a P2 tonight.
Well, thank you guys.
All right, buddy. Talk to you later.
All right, thank you.
That was probably the worst interview I've ever done. That was horrible. All right,
okay,
you
Jim.
take this one. You good, or you want me to do the next one too?
No, we're good. I got it. Next up, we have our GT3 AM winner here this evening. Although he has finished P3 overall, so I don't know if we can really continue to call him an amateur at this point. It's Jed Cotterman. Hello, Jed. Welcome in. Top three.
I've been wondering how this conversation was gonna go.
Jed, I think it's time you need to run that little green banner across the top of your car.
Other weird things are happening real quick here. Just look. It's got James Laneven showing in second place.
It's reading it's incorrect.
Something is really off with the results page tonight. I don't even know what's going on.
Well, we had 3, 4, maybe even 5 guys get like packet loss and start blinking really bad, and I don't know if that has anything.
I don't know how that elevates James Laneven to second. I mean,
when he's a non-finisher, he didn't even finish the race.
We're going to talk about Laneven in a second. Don't worry, that's coming. So I don't know what's going on with this. So I'm just going to get rid of that for now, and we're just going to go off what we know. But anyway, so my question to you is: obviously, you and James had a phenomenal race. Right, insane. You guys battled the whole race. How did you see the incident that occurred? Have y'all talked about it first and foremost?
He came over the radio and said he went back and watched it, and he come up and he pinched me, and he took responsibility for it. I haven't went back and watched the replay, to be 100% honest. I felt like I was against the wall, and I'll always take credit for everything I do, but I don't know what I could have done differently. Let's put it that way.
Well, as Hamish will say, I think we saw it the same way. There wasn't a whole lot more that you could have done there. You were not all the way to the wall, but you were as close as you
You got squeezed like a lemon.
did get squeezed like a lemon.
Like
You did.
eventually, a lemon's going to squirt out some juice, and
Yeah.
you were squeezed.
And you
Like,
squirted out Leneven instead. But
yeah,
no.
exactly.
Yeah.
No,
You know,
I-
like
I
a seed.
mean,
No, I think his
That was-
assessment. I think his assessment was right. He just squeezed you. He was trying to hold you out there to get as much of the angle on that turn as he could, and it was just a little too much for a little too long. I think.
I was really hoping it was a net code or something like that, because I don't want to race like that. But he and I tell you,
What a
that
battle!
was
What a battle!
incredible. I mean, there was some times I was like, man, if you want it that bad, you could have it. Like, I'm not gonna call it a bomb, but it was like, holy crap! Like, he was just there.
I mean,
I think I was looking.
but
more
you
out of my
did the
side
same to
monitors
him
than I
too,
was
though,
anything.
several times, man. I mean, you just sent it in there on him, but you made it work. I mean, y'all weren't banging off of each other. Y'all were,
Yeah,
you know.
and yeah.
So
Well, I know there was a couple times I had to drop another gear just so I could make the turn, but it was I'd love to go back and watch it.
Well,
and
the good news is
definitely
you
will,
were
so.
featured a lot on the broadcast because that was a heck of a battle and it went on for a lot of the race. So there's going to be a good portion of it that you'll be able to see again for sure. So, yeah. But
What happened on lap 1 with Campbell?
uh,
Somehow I got a 4X, and I don't know how, but
I think it was net code. I look like
Yeah.
big net code.
well, he
okay.
he spun on his own, I think. What we saw, it looked like it was on his own. We looked at it a couple of different angles, and it looked like he spun on his own. Now, you may have potentially clipped him going by, but it was probably, if anything, it was probably a net code because it did not appear that anyone hit his car. In fact, I made the comment on the broadcast that I thought everybody did a great job of avoiding him considering where he spun on the first lap of the race. And, going into that Senna S there, that's a tough spot to see somebody spun right there, So I don't know.
Yeah.
You'll have to look at it.
I'm
But
watching the replay now, and I was not even close to anybody. That was
but did the 4X come from him, or could it potentially have happened from somebody else bumping you going around, or?
No. I mean, I'm watching it frame by frame now. There was no contact. It was weird.
Yeah, I mean, with that many cars, all going, kind of crazy off track right there and stuff, anything's possible, especially with the netcode situation. But either way, man, strong, solid race tonight out of you. You did all the things. You made it work. So good job.
Yeah, I really like this track.
It's a great track.
I'm very comfortable with this track, which I think is a lot of it. But I promise I'm moving up. I promise I'm gonna be green or red. We'll
You should be
see.
red. We should just move you to red. Let's just be
All
fair.
right.
We just go
All right.
to red.
We'll see.
You want a challenge. You don't want it to be easy.
No, absolutely.
You want a challenge.
And
we
you
had
know,
that talk,
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe
And-
Jacob,
and,
maybe Jacob to Pro-Am because he makes a few more
Yeah.
mistakes than you do. You've minimized your mistakes a little more lately. I'm
just one of Hamish's favorite words, patience, and that's what I preach it in the drivers' meetings. And I know it probably didn't show between James and I, but
no, man, look, I didn't see anything.
I've
I saw
really
good hard
learned-
racing right there. I mean,
yeah, I've
you know.
really learned when to go and when
to be honest, I'm
so-
surprised that you two went at each other as hard as you did for as long as you did. But it was entertaining to watch. I will say that it was a lot of fun to watch.
At first, I was just gonna give it to him. I'm like, dude, this is 90 minutes. Like, if you want it, you can have it. But then I saw, we were giving each other room, and there was nothing, egregious or dirty that I would say, not even close. So
Right.
it was like, okay, if he's gonna be like that, I'll tango. So.
Well,
I'm really looking forward to going back and watching it.
Yeah, no, I think you're gonna enjoy it. So, all right, buddy. Well, congratulations, and we're gonna move on. We got a hometown winner to interview next, so I'm excited about that.
Oh yeah,
Home country
Ricardo,
winner,
yeah.
anyway. Yeah.
All right.
If he's
well,
in here, is he in here? Oh yeah, he's in here waiting on us. Let's go get him.
Yeah, he's waiting. So go get him.
All right.
I'll see you guys soon.
That's Ricardo that's waiting. That's not even Rodrigo.
Oh, that is Ricardo. Oh no, Rodrigo's not in there. Hey, see if you can. Does
he did tell us he doesn't speak English
at all,
and he
that's a bummer.
Un poquito, very little.
Yeah,
so
I don't really speak.
Yeah,
we don't have any. Is there anybody else that? What about what's the other Brazilian?
Oh, Guilherme.
Yeah, Guillermo.
Is anybody still in?
Guillaume. Guillaume? Is he? Can he translate? I don't know. I just want the guy.
You've said that name three different times.
I know.
In your 3 different attempts.
I know I did.
I asked Ricardo if he could. He was like, I don't speak Portuguese, bro.
Yeah, no, it's Spanish, Portuguese, whole different animal.
Yeah, Spanish.
All right, well, we'll talk to we'll get to Ricardo, but I just wanted to give him his shot, man. Home country win. That's got to be fun, and I just I wanted him to get.
He and I had some really, really good racing too.
Oh, did you?
So I think. Yeah, me and he was the 510. He was the other Mercedes, but
yeah. But I just wanted him to get his moment in the sun here in Sao Paulo and all. Just a cool moment for him. So that's unfortunate. But well, he's in the interview room now.
All right.
Are we even going to be able to interview him?
Well, who is Daniel Ritchie?
No idea.
Maybe that's somebody that can translate. Let's see. Let's find out. Good talking to you, Jed.
See you, buddy.
See you,
all right, yeah. Let's pull Daniel Ritchie in and see if that's what he's here for.
Okay.
So, Daniel, this is Jim in the booth. Are you here to help us with Rodrigo?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Can ask him.
Yep. Let's
talk with him.
Yep. Let's pull him up here then. All right. So, Hamish, take it away.
Congratulations, Rodrigo, on your win in the Pro-Am class here at your home race at Autodromo José Carlos Pache. How was your race this evening, and how does it feel to win on home soil?
Parabéns, Rodrigo, pela vitória na categoria Pro AM. Como que você se sente vencendo a Pro AM, principalmente vencendo em casa?
Boa noite. Muito surpreso, apesar de estar correndo em casa, não é uma das pistas que eu mais gosto. Mas fiz uma boa estratégia de economia a corrida toda e errei ali ao deixar o carro de trás passar ali, porque eu achei que ele era Pro. Quando eu vi que ele era Pro AM, eu tentei correr atrás dele de novo. E ele acabou cometendo um erro bem no finalzinho da corrida ali, ou se envolvendo com o GT4, foi onde eu conquistei a vitória e estou muito feliz por isso.
Despite being not my favorite track, I was doing a very good race. Time in the race, I let another car pass me, thinking it was a pro car, but it wasn't. It was a direct competitor for the win. I did my best to follow him and do a good race. He committed a mistake in the end of the race, and this helped me get the win home. I'm very happy with it.
Well, we're so pleased to hear that you've had such a proud win.
Yes.
Only seen you a couple of times this season thus far, Rodrigo, but we've still got quite a few rounds to go. Which track are you most looking forward to coming up for the rest of the season?
Rodrigo, parabéns pela sua corrida, muito consistente. E o que você vê agora, pensando que ainda tem algumas corridas até o final da temporada, qual é a corrida que você quer mais correr e causar aí uma boa impressão e um bom resultado?
Como já está no meio da temporada, eu estou na segunda corrida ainda, mais aprendizagem, né? Estou aqui para aprender com a galera, uma cultura nova, um pessoal novo, e não tenho pista favorita, com exceção de Nürburgring, que é a pista que eu mais gosto. É treinar e correr com a galera e aprender o máximo possível com eles aí, e agradecer a todos os amigos do Brasil, principalmente a minha equipe Black Gold Racing, e agradecer a Liga. E tô aí, vou participar de todas as outras pistas para me divertir e tamo junto. Muito obrigado.
It's only my second race, but my objective here is to learn in every race. They a better driver, so I'm very pleased with it. And I'm not looking forward for specifically any track. My favorite track is Nürburgring, so I hope I have a good race there. And I want to use this space thank everyone, my friends, my teammates at Black Gold Racing, also my wife who is seeing me right now, and she's very happy with my result.
Well,
we appreciate your time.
Yep.
Jim, is there anything you want to say before we
No, I just wanted to tell him thank you for coming in and talking to us. A lot of times when there's a language barrier, they don't do that, and I want to thank him for coming in and doing that, and obviously thank you for coming in and translating for us. We wanted him to get his glory for winning in his home country, and I'm glad that you were able to help us do that with the interview. So thank him for coming in, and thank you for coming in and assisting us. We appreciate it.
Great, Jim. Your broadcast is amazing. We were talking all around the week about it. It was really cool to watch this race. You're doing a very professional job. Always happy to help. Rodrigo, my teammate, I'm the leader of Black Gold Racing. Very happy to see how he's racing, how good he's becoming every night, and this league will be amazing. We hope to put more people here soon.
That's great. Well, we would love that.
We would absolutely love that. Well, obrigado, Rodrigo. Obrigado to you as well, Daniel as well. Really, really appreciate your time, and appreciate you guys coming in and making the effort to have a chat to us too.
Thank you.
Great. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. That was really cool.
We don't have to bother about asking him to do his little spiel in his native language because he only speaks his native language.
The whole thing was his native language. That's right. All right, drag record. But it did have flashes of that, didn't it? It was kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
No, that was awesome. I'm so glad they came in and did that. Yeah, that's so cool.
Next up, we have got our race winner here this evening for the Pro class and overalls as well. It is Ricardo Delgado, our GT3 Pro Championship leader at this stage. Ricardo, welcome in. Congratulations on the win. Jed spoke to us before, and he tried asking you to try and translate for Rodrigo, and it's like it doesn't really compute. Rodrigo speaks Brazilian Portuguese, and you speak Spanish. They're not the same, Jed. That's not how that works.
That's pretty funny. You know what though? I think a lot of people that don't know think that Brazil speaks Spanish because of it being in South America. I don't think a lot of people realize that Portuguese is the native language.
Well, no, they also then think that now Portuguese and Brazilian Portuguese are very close, but they're not the same language as well.
No,
there's actually a lot of different. There's a lot of different slang and dialect differences. So, my friend could teach me Portuguese, and I could learn Portuguese. It's only going to take me so far, though. Talking to a Brazilian, and I could talk to a Portuguese person. That's okay, but just like Spanish, Ricardo, there's a whole lot of different dialects within Spanish itself as well, and it's they don't go together like chalk and cheese. It's not like if I speaking German to a German, it doesn't really work.
Anyway, let's turn this into a victory instead of a language lesson. Congratulations again, buddy. Another solid performance. Yeah, you had a battle with Volker there. You never got too far away from him tonight. He stayed pretty close.
Ricardo, did you lose Jim halfway through his comment as well, or is that just me?
Oh, did I break up
his comment? But I think I got it. Then it was close. Traffic helped his charge.
Sure.
But I overfueled on the last pit stop just in case, because I was fuel saving the first two stints. But for the last one, I overfueled. I ended up with lap and a half over on fuel, just in case he got close to be able to push.
Yeah, that was probably smart on your part. We questioned that because we looked at the difference in pit time, and on the last stop, and we wondered if you overfueled or he underfueled. We thought that is that gonna play into it? But you had taken all the precautions there and made sure that you had that covered. If he was going to get to you, you were going to be able to push. That's smart. That's good, smart racing. So, man, I tell you what, you really come into your own form here lately. You are really finding your speed now. It's good to see.
Yeah, yes, I'm able to stay consistent. Managing traffic is the most important thing on our series. You can lose more than a second per lap, just on traffic.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, I agree. I think that, and this is kind of what these leagues are about, is learning how to manage traffic to to move on to bigger races. And you're right. You can make up a tenth or two a lap by cutting your corner, but if you lose a second because you didn't get around a car fast enough, it doesn't really do you a lot of good. So
That's correct. And
yeah,
GT4 GT4 class has been more manageable. They're giving way, not getting out of the way, but at least being consistent on their line, so we can be a little more aggressive, seeing we expect what they're going to do.
Right.
They're not moving erratically.
Well, that's what they're here to learn how to do as well. So that's good. If that continues by the end of the season, we ought to really see some great multi-class racing.
Yes, that's the main goal.
Yep, I agree. So, Hamish, you got anything else?
Well, Ricardo, obviously a great win for you. You extend your championship lead now tonight as well. We're getting into the second half of the season now to this point too, with Sequoia Villeneuve next week. It's bound to be a bunch of chaos. How do you think maybe some drivers can best contest with the traffic management next time out? Not only from a GT3 driver's perspective, but maybe also how the GT4 drivers can maybe best approach it as well.
I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta keep your car in one piece. That should be the main goal for each driver. I've raced a lot of seasons on different leagues, and especially Canada is one that you are on the limit of the grid most of the time. So being a little more flexible with your bodies on the race will get you longer than trying to be aggressive and ending on the pits.
Well said.
Well, Ricardo, before we let you go, are you able just to give a quick rundown of your race for us in your native Spanish as well, please?
Say again, my bad.
Are you able just as well, before we let you go, just to give us a quick rundown of your race and a quick summary of everything in Spanish for us as well, please?
Oh, sure. Pues tuvimos una carrera limpia el día de hoy. Salimos P2. P1 tuvo un incidente en la curva 1 y mantuvimos el pace toda la carrera durante los 90 minutos. Y obtuvimos la victoria liderando el campeonato. So
Gracias.
That's basically it.
Gracias.
That's basically it.
That's okay.
No
Thank you
worries.
so much. Really appreciate it. Best of luck next time out at Sequoia Villeneuve. We appreciate your time, and we'll see if you can get yourself another race win.
Yeah, we'll try. But just shout out, thanks to you guys for the broadcast, Jet for putting the league together. And if anyone needs from the States or Puerto Rico, something from Cospit, we're an authorized dealer for them on my web store. So have a good day, guys.
Nice. All right.
No worries. You too. Thanks so much. Ricardo Delgado, our race winner here this evening. Out at Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache. And Jim, next time we go racing, we're out at Sequoia Villeneuve. I'm very excited. It's one of my favorite tracks in the whole world.
North of the border here in
north of the border.
America.
Yep, we're going to go back up to North America and into the top end of Montreal, and it's going to be a very, very fun time on the road next week. Pure chaos to come. Another Grand Prix circuit on offer for us here.
Yeah,
with sports car racing action aplenty. It is going to be a fun time ahead once again. If you guys are joining us for the first time, you've been here for a little while, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the bell icon as well so you're notified whenever we go racing right here on Motormouth Broadcasting. Coming up on your docket for you tomorrow evening, Oak House Racing Truck Series action, and as well, Maximum Velocity Racing League Truck Series action returns once again as we go dirt racing at Eldora for what is bound to be an all-time affair. Myself, Jim Cunningham, and Wesley Outland in the booth for that one. You guys don't want to miss it. We're going to lose our minds. I'm absolutely sure of it.
It's going to be great.
It is going to be absolutely fantastic. We've got more action to come as well across the weekend and even into the start of next week as well. And once again, we appreciate the support of all of our stream sponsors, including DRE Digital Race Engineer, Track Cams for Gourmets, and as well to the Roasted Record. You can not only go down to their store down in Florida, get yourself a brew and a tune as well, but you can also order online using code SIM20. We'll get yourself a healthy little discount, and you can order it straight to your door. So that's going to help you guys out, get a little bit pepped up and ready for some upcoming special events here on iRace, including the Bathurst 12 Hour this weekend. If you're participating, we wish you the best of luck in your attempts around the mountain as you will go racing for 6.2 kilometers for 12 hours at a time. It's going to be a fun time.
We hope we shed some light on what car to pick. We talked,
I hope we did.
We did a little analysis on that, and
exactly.
So we,
and the next track we'll be able to do that for is Sebring in about a month's time. So
yes.
Keep an ear out for that one when we speak about Sebring coming up shortly as well. But I've been Hamish Rono with Jim Cunningham alongside. Appreciate your time, appreciate you for being here with us once again for the Full Throttle Nation Ultimate GT Championship brought to you by the Roasted Record. We'll see you guys next week out at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. But until then, stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.